With that said, I'd like to now welcome on stage our keynote speaker for this evening. She is the CEO and founder of the Neuro Coach and Mentor Institute and the Neuro Business Institute. She's a female entrepreneur, a sought-after keynote speaker, facilitator, thought leader, and master coach to executive leaders and entrepreneurs. She is a partner and a wife to her husband and nurturer to her 2 black rescue cats. A proud representative and winner of the first Woman of Stature title in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kim Everett to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to get rid of your clothing. No. Okay. Because I think Brené Brown says that authenticity is very closely linked to vulnerability and to courage and to achievement. But what I am going to ask you and that is why I'm here, is to strip yourself of everything that you've layered yourself with. Can you and I look ourselves naked in the mirror and go inward? There was a beautiful talk today by our global winner with her blue, beautiful top that said one of the pillars of true achievement is the inner work, the inner game. And I've heard across the day and a half so much about what we are gifted, what we could be funded with, how we are supported. But what I do know is if you and I do not go inside into an internal locus of control, all of these beautiful gifts that are already out in the universe will remain there. So I'm going to do some neuro-nerd stuff because I love neuroscience. I love neuro-coaching. And I'm going to ask you just to play with me in the sandpit for the next, how much time do I have? 15 minutes. Oh my word, 13 now. You know what it feels like. Okay. All right, 13 minutes. Let's make this count. There is one race on this planet, and that is the human race. And this is how it works. You and I produce on average about 10,000 stem cells a day. Did you know that? Even that silly person that you think, don't they have a brain? They do. And it sort of works the same. So what happens is we produce on average about 10,000 stem cells a day. Now science has proven to us, and we're not here to become neuroscientists, but we are here to understand how this neurology works. Because wherever you and I go, this is going. We spend so much time on so many things. How much time do we spend on understanding this? And I hope tonight, in the next 12 minutes, that I can give you 2 very, very practical takeaways. That I give you my personal and professional guarantee that if you just give it some attention, you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. Anything. All right. So here goes, the first model. We produce on average 10,000 stem cells a day. They sort of split in 2. The one lot has got a job description. Keeps us breathing, our immune system's working optimally, and a whole lot of other jobs. The other lot, neuroscientists could not find for a very long time. And you know what science does? It comes up with a theory and it says, come on, ladies and gents, you heard this in your biology class. We produce so many brain cells, but a lot of them die off. Come on, did you hear that? Or was it only me that grew up in the low felt, giving my age away? Okay. So what has happened is we have found those little stem cells of intelligence, of power, that inherently contain prosperity. Where are they? Where do you believe they are? They don't have a job description. They are bathed throughout our whole body. Waiting for what? For us to wake them up and give them a job description. All right, so what am I saying? You know, this thing called potential, real potential for you and I to achieve anything we put our minds to is within us already. So I guess the question is, what is blocking our abundance? Not a question of, is abundance out there? Is optimal health, optimal spiritual, physical health, financial wealth, whatever it is for you, is already out there. What we can do is try and identify what is blocking the abundance. Because you and I have, sort of, 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 11 processing power of these neurons that get produced every single day. So the question is not, do you and I have the real ability or potential? I think the question is, what is stopping me? What is stucking me? And I have come to understand that it lies in the category of three things, and that is our fears. And even, ladies and gents, if we manufacture our fears about business or life or money or what others think, there's a little place in our brain called the amygdala. Did you know you had one? Thank you. We do. And that amygdala believes everything you tell it, even if we manufacture fears. So fear is an abundance block, not God-given fear. There's a book called The Gift of Fear. There's a big differentiation between God-given fear that will help you know what deal not to do, what road not to drive down, what relationship not to pursue. But then there is manufactured fear because of stuff, because of our experiences, epigenetics, what we inherit. So fear is an abundance block. Ladies and gents, if there's some fear in your life that is blocking your abundance, please look it in the eye and say, let me work with you. The second one are limiting beliefs. And boy, are they camouflaged. We sometimes call them our values and our principles. Now, if our values and principles and beliefs are serving us to achieve what is already out there and given to us, keep them. If they're not, could we negotiate with our limiting beliefs? And the third abundance block is unprocessed negative emotions. It is the stuff that happens on the sports field, in our homes, and it disallows us from living in abundance. But that's enough of that. What I'm going to ask you, if there's anything that you could recognize could be a fear, a limiting belief, an unprocessed negative emotion, love yourself enough to invite it in, negotiate with it, and work with it. On the other side of that vulnerability lies your greatest achievement. All right, the second neuro-nerd thing. How much time do I have? 9 minutes, 8 minutes. Is that science is now proven, and I forgot the book. Jem, can you please bring me the book? I was so busy sucking on the lemon to get my throat clean. Okay, thanks, Jem. Science has now conclusively proven, and guys, this is like cutting edge stuff. And if you would like to know more, there's a book on Amazon.com called Using Your Multiple Brains to Do Cool Stuff. Okay. And I heard so much about business with heart, but I'm going to show you something else. Science has conclusively proven that we have 3 brains, actual brains. cephalic brain, head brain, cardiac brain, heart brain, enteric brain, gut brain. The time has passed that we use this for everything. It is a main contributor to us being stuck and stressed. Stress is not a problem. It's our relationship with stressors. So I'm going to ask you, who of you believe you're head dominant? Just by the raise of hands. Must make sense, you're analyzing, you want to know the facts. Could I see by raise of hands, who of you feel you could be? Thank you. I'm not taking any comments about a fourth brain. I heard something there. Okay. All right. Who of you are heart dominant? The heart overrules. Okay. Who of you are gut dominant, where you could take action too quickly, and then you think, I should have thought about it. Thank you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the formula. And again, I guarantee, true wisdom and true authenticity is when we integrate all three. Because each one is a center of intelligence. What God has gifted the head brain to do should stay the job of the head brain. Making sense, analyzing, getting facts. And that's it. The heart brain is emoting, relating to others, even if it is a sales target or a budget. How are you relating to that? Emotions and values. And here is the one that is least referenced, and that's the gut brain. By the way, it's the brain that was formed first. When you were formed, was the gut brain. And in your gut lies your core identity, your self-preservation, and your mobilization. So if we have stuff and stuffies, Charlotte, am I allowed to use a spicy word? Okay. Am I? Thank you. For those of you who don't understand the word, please translate. We get stuff and stuffies. Can you feel the difference? Stuffies is stuffies, but stuff is like, I could lie awake. And then there's kakkies. And then there's? Okay. So, if we understand how to integrate the head, heart, and gut intelligences, we can get unstuck, we will make wiser decisions, we will mobilize on our dreams and our objectives, because how many times, ladies and gentlemen, do you know what you can achieve? You feel you deserve it. You can even relate to the vision and the achievement. Yet, next year, you and I have not mobilized on it. It could be a core identity issue about what people could think about you, about something that you were told, the stories we tell ourselves, self-preservation. And I promise you, if we start inviting those messengers in, those intelligences that come from our head, heart, and gut intelligence, and we integrate, that is wisdom, and that is true authenticity. The last thing, I think I have 3 or 4 minutes. I'm just somewhere doing my own. No. Is it timeout? Do I have 2 minutes? That's not fair. Okay, 1 minute. Guys, I'm going to leave you with another practical formula, and I guarantee. It's something called the triple D. Who's heard of the triple D? Oh, come on. I don't know why the gents always just break eye contact when I say this. Like, no, never heard of it. Sushila, where are you? Sushila? What is the triple D? Somebody help me. Have you never heard of it, sir? Triple D. Thank you. Bra size. Okay. Now you are never going to forget the triple D model, and I'm going to leave you with this. If you understand the application of the following 3 steps and you follow it, from a neuroscience perspective, you will achieve whatever you put your mind to. The first one is desire. If you and I elevate our desire to the point of optimal frequency, you are actually sending a message out to the universe and it gets recognized. If you and I have not achieved, let's go and check in with our desire. What would your life look like if you don't? What would it look like if you do? And when you are optimal at that point of desire, what is the second D? Decision. Make a decision. Ladies and gentlemen, burn the ship. Burn every single ship so that you have no way out. Because in the minute of making a decision, you are fueling the desire, and the neurology loves that. Now, a decision is not, I think I should maybe, when I'm ready, do this. That is not a decision. I listened to one of our esteemed speakers today. A decision sounds very different. It needs to be clear. There's no way out. And you are programming your neurology. And the third D is dedication, commitment. Take the first step. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I conclude with this. If we understand the triple D, what I can tell you is what is happening on your inside is you are gifting and programming yourself for success. And that is pretty much what faith is. Faith is living something that you put out there as though it's already happened. Now, that is faith. So I want to say thank you, and I would like to conclude with step into your power, step into your peace, to put out there, but live it as though it's already happened. And if you can use the head, heart, and gut model to integrate and allow all 3 of them to speak to you, and you can use the triple D model, I guarantee you achievement, abundance that you already deserve. Thank you so much for your time. And